Hawks ran it back for a touchdown. Vikings are now 6-6-1 after signing Cousins to a huge contract in the offseason. And when I say huge, Shannon, $84 million.
Yeah.
That equals huge. Do you think that Minnesota regrets signing him to this enormous contract?
Well, thus far, he still has 2 years left, Skip. His contract is fully guaranteed. It's $84 million fully guaranteed. 24 this year, 29 next year, 31 the following year. That's what Cousins is guaranteed. Skip, it's been a disappointment because he hasn't lived up to the contract. When you give a guy this kind of money, Skip, you expect him to beat the teams he's supposed to beat. You can't lose to Buffalo. But you also got to outgun some of these teams. You got to beat Seattle. You got to beat some of these other teams. Because if they're going to give you $84 million fully guaranteed, what are we giving it to you for? What has transpired and what we see happen a lot of times, Skip, when you pay a quarterback this kind of money, it's hard to see him turn around and hand the ball off 30, 35 times a game. Because last year, they had the second most rush attempts. This year, they have the second fewest. But you see the difference. Last year, they had Case Keenum, basically on a very friendly quarterback contract. This year, they pay $28 million per year.
Yep.
So how do you justify paying a guy that kind of money, and all the while you ask him to turn around and hand the ball off, basically be a game manager?
Yep.
See, the thing is that when we look at it, and I fell into this trap until I went back and studied the numbers. Are the Vikings defense historically good on third down as they were last year? But they're still but they're still number one on third down. They're 5th in total D, 11th in scoring D.
Yep.
What's happening, Skip, is that I didn't know this. Kirk Cousins is 4-24 in his career against teams that have finished 500 or better. Skip, that's not good enough. He's 0-5 against teams with a winning record this year. So to make a long story short, Skip, what the hell are they paying him $28 million for a year? Because he has not lived up to it. So they are very, very disappointed. Guess what, though? They can't get enough money in this contract because they know, well, they can get out of it next year without a lot of money. No, they can't because they fully guaranteed it. And that $29 million that they're going to pay next year, Skip, that's hard cap money. Again, ain't no proration. And then the following year, that's $31 million. So to say Kirk Cousins has been a disappointment would be an understatement. The understatement of understatements. He's been a huge disappointment. I'm surprised, Skip, because I picked Minnesota to win this division, given their defense. And there's no reason Kirk Cousins should be this bad. He has a guy that leads the league in receptions, and Adam Thielen. He has another guy that's going to end up with over 100 catches, is Stephon Diggs. He has a quality tight end. And Kyle Rudolph. Dalvin Cook was a first-round draft pick. Latavius Murray can run the football. So for him to be as bad as he's playing is inexcusable. It's been a huge disappointment, and I'm sure the Vikings are disappointed.
So did I just hear the Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe admit that he was wrong?
I was wrong
about first cousins? Or is he now third cousin?
Third. He might be
8th
fifth.
cousins?
5th.
10th cousins?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We ain't king.
Twice removed at this point.
So
I should have listened to you.
I should.
It's one of the times in my life I should have listened to you, Skip Bayless. You tried to tell me.
All you really needed to know about this guy is the Redskins. The Washington Redskins would never commit. They'd do maybes. Maybe. We'll try one more year. We'll try. Nope. And he left Washington a sub-500 quarterback. And as I kept telling you, I loved, as a Cowboy fan, playing against Kirk Cousins because he would always throw it to you when you most needed it. And he wound up 1-6 against the Dallas Cowboys. And he wound up 0-4 against Dak Prescott. And those numbers aren't good enough to merit $84 guaranteed million. And I know Minnesota was desperate, but really that desperate? Because I got to tell you, Case Keenum, he will make plays. Kirk Cousins just makes money. And he's made a lot of money. He made a lot of money.
He printed it, Skip.
He printed it in Washington, and he's printing money now. But I even look at last night, the crucial turning point play. Once again, it's 4th and goal. And what do I always tell you about Kirk Cousins? I never like his body language. He's an underconfident overachiever at quarterback. He can put up he'll make some good throws during the game. You say, wow, that looks pretty good. Then it comes down to money on the table time, and you got to make a read and a throw that Case Keenum kept making for this team last year. and he just locked on to Rudolph.
Yes.
He was covered. He was just flat out covered, and he tried to force the ball.
Thielen is slot on the other side.
Thielen was,
because his guy slipped.
Look at Thielen. Did you see him come open?
Yeah.
I mean, he came wide open. And by the way, does anybody have a slicker duo of wideouts than these two?
Nope.
Diggs and Thielen. I love both of them because they can flat out get open and make you miss after they get open.
Right.
And Thielen went to the sideline and tried to give Kirk a mouthful right in his face, and Kirk just turned away from him on the sideline. Didn't want to hear it. I can't blame him for that. But Thielen was furious, and he deserved to be furious about
because
it.
Kirk Cousins had already made up his mind where he was going
just
with the
going to
football.
go to the big tight end.
He left the huddle, says, I'm throwing this ball to Kyle Rudolph. Skip, you know what it is? It's that situation. Kirk Cousins is the girlfriend that you like, but you never give her a key to the house.
That is correct.
Hey, man, you come. Hey, I'll leave the door unlocked for you,
Yep.
or I'll be home in a few minutes. But you ain't getting no key.
No commitment.
And that's what Washington said. You know what, Kirk? We like you. We dating. You ain't getting no key.
Nope.
Minnesota, they hard headed. They're like, I wonder why Washington gave him no key. He good girl, cook, go do some cleaning.
Yep.
You should have left well enough alone, Minnesota. And now you starting to see. You keep saying he's a underconfident overachiever. Now he's just underconfident and he's underachieving. So now what good is he?
That is
At
true.
least if he was overachieving, we can see what he's actually doing. Skip it. You think about they were in the NFC Championship game last year. They're going to miss the playoffs. I believe they're going to miss the playoffs.
I do too.
With a $28 million quarterback that you can't get rid of.
And a defense that has underachieved some, but it's still really good. It was really good most of the night last night.
Yes!
Right? What did Russell Wilson end up with, like 70 yards
70
passing?
yards.
70 yards?
Now
You won a game with 70 yards passing in this day and age?
They couldn't get off the field because Russell was running the football. He was running around and they reversing field. I mean, they give up, 42? Think about it, Skip. Who runs the ball 42 times today? What is this, Oklahoma, Nebraska in the 70s and the 80s?
Sounds like it.
42 attempts for 214.
It worked.
Skip, their defense is plenty good enough. If you lead the league, because guess what it's telling me? If you lead the league in third down, getting off the field, you're putting your offense back on the field.
Yep.
You're fifth in total D. You're 11th in points. It's not like you're giving up a total points, but your quarterback, your offense if you got Thielen and Diggs, Skip, how can you not be better than this?
I don't know. That's a great question. And throw Rudolph as you did on top of that.
It's hard for me to believe that there's two better receivers than Thielen and Diggs.
So remember, the classic Kirk Cousins game was played on Thanksgiving of 2016, our first year here on Undisputed.
Yep.
And we went back and forth about this because that was all-time Kirk Cousins. He went 41 of 53 against the Cowboys at Jerry World. 41 of 53 for 449 yards up and down the field. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. But he went into the red zone with his offense 5 times, and they cashed twice. Dak Prescott Dak only went 17 of 24 for 195, but every time Dak got his offense in the red zone, cash. 4 for 4 in the red zone, and it came down to intangibles. Arm talent, I'll give you Kirk Cousins over Dak Prescott. He's just got a better arm. He's a better thrower of the football. He has better mechanics. He has better footwork. He has all those good things that the Mike Shanahans who drafted him like, because there's a lot to like. Right. I liked him at Michigan State. But intangibles, money time. Can you make that throw that wins that game? Can you cash it in?
Clutch.
He's not been that guy. Whether it's clutch or just making a play. Sometimes, clutch to me is like last second kind of play. But when you get in the red zone, you just got to make a play. If you make 4 of those plays, you win the game. And he routinely never makes those plays.
Sometimes, Skip, it might be a situation where expectations. If you notice when they're behind by 14, 17 points, Kirk Cousins is pinpoint accurate. When he backed up RG3, Skip, he come in, because there's no expectation. I'm going back to the bench. But the moment you put the pressure, he's our guy. There's no reason if you got Thielen and Rudolph and Diggs that you're just this bad. It's unacceptable. And $28 million, Deion Prime says, we only talk about a guy's money when his game jump funny. Well, his game is jump real funny. But 28, Skip, think about that. Unprecedented.
And you are locked in, man.
Yeah.
You are locked in
you ain't getting
3 years.
No. Nobody taking that contract. Nobody taking that.
No. once upon a time in this league before this, you could get out from under these.
Yes.
You know?
It's kind of like the Joe Flacco skip.
Yeah.
Jay can get out from under. Yeah, it's going to be some dead money, but you won't have to pay any more money.
You don't have to pay any.
You got $29 million next year, and you got 31 in 2020. So you got $60 million.
Yep.
So what you going to do about that? And you got him. Thielen and Diggs. I mean, they
Bad
just
deal.
What do I always say? He'll always be Kurt Cousins to me. Kurt, not Kirk.
That's a shame.
Kurt.
Hey, what's the most expensive purchase you guys have made that you regret?
Too many to count.
Skip?
Never.
Never. Oh, it's
I don't
always
do that.
calculated.
No.
I just bought a French.
Yeah, I told you boring.
No, I told you, but I don't make stupid purchases. I just don't.
I mean, you do. I mean, you know, you young, Skip, you do dumb things.
Yeah, I know.
I went and bought a Ferrari.
Did you?
Yeah. That was double the salary I was making.
Really?
Yeah.
And you wrecked it.
No, I didn't wreck it. And I was living at my granny's house.
Yeah. Okay. Where is it
Is she
now?
driving it?
Who knows?
No, I sold it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Grandma's driving it. All right. Is it time to jump on the Lakers bandwagon? That's coming up straight ahead. Chris Broussard. Don't go anywhere.